We have been struggling to pay our car note, and we fell so far behind, wanted to repossess the car.
Largest independent used car dealer in the United States is on the brink of filing bankruptcy.
Truth is, it's your fault your car got repossessed. You bought something you couldn't afford. You went to the dealership. They had the high pressure sales tactic. They wouldn't give you back your driver's license. They held your trade-in keys. You had a paid-off car. You just didn't like it because you saw somebody on Instagram driving something new.
Well, they repossessed my Jeep this morning. You could see where the brown marks were, where it was sat. Yeah, so
I believe that the car market is completely f***ed. Excuse my language.
The car market is in a lot of trouble. And there's one thing I would talk about that could be the end-all be-all of the financial meltdown. Car market. Next up, commercial real estate. Next up, student loans. But we got to talk about the car market because it's crazy. Let's get to it. Let's listen to the professionals and see what they have to say.
The most repos in the country. Look, everything behind me is a Toyota repo. Everything over there is a Toyota repo. Everything over there is a Toyota repo. This is every week. This isn't once in a blue moon. This isn't once a month, once a year. This is every week. I'm here every week in the Toyota repo lot buying cars and reselling them. Let me show you how new and how low miles these things have. Some people didn't even have a chance to put gas, right? You know, something like this gonna bring you $1,000 a month, and you're good because they got good salesmen. They're like, oh, I can do it, pucka. Give up one cup of coffee and a lunch every day, and you can afford this car. No, the fuck you can't, because you're not giving up your Starbucks. You're not giving up your Chick-fil-A. You're not doing that. You're not disciplined. This is a 2024 with 12,000 miles. Mint, still covered under Toyota factory warranty. This is a whole repossession right here. Look, Southeast Toyota Financial. This is a repo. They picked it up and embarrassed you in front of your friends. It's mint. The books are still in the plastic. Look at this. Another one. This one has 5,000 miles on it. 5,000 miles. They didn't even have to do a service yet. Look at the tires. Less than 100 miles. No scratches. It's beautiful. Oh, look at that. 2024 with 2,000 miles. You didn't even get a paycheck before they repossessed this. They wasn't playing with you. They found it fast. They picked it up fast. Oh, my God, this is so sad. What's going on, people? Stop buying things you can't afford. Every week I get to come to the auction 2 or 3 times a week at different auctions and buy all the repos they got. It's not just Toyota. It's Honda, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Truist, Chase. Everybody's shit is getting repo. Stop buying things you can't afford. Look at all these Tacomas. Look, it's a field of Tacomas. I got the pick of the litter. I can buy it almost new. Look, this got 13,000 miles, still covered under factory warranty. Beautiful Tundra, 11,000 miles, man. This one's always sad to me, right? When a van is repossessed. So this is a 2025 with 20,000 miles. They drove it a lot. They probably took their kids to Disney, and Toyota picked it up right in the Disney parking lot. They wasn't playing with you. Man, oh my God, but these are expensive vans. You know, this is $1,000, $1,500 a month payment. Look at it. You got to stop thinking you can afford it. Truth is, it's your fault your car got repossessed. You bought something you couldn't afford. You went to the dealership. They had the high pressure sales tactic. They wouldn't give you back your driver's license. They held your trade-in keys. You had a paid-off car. You just didn't like it because you saw somebody on Instagram driving something new. You wanted to go flex. Then you bought it and you took a picture next to the salesman like this. You posted it on the gram. All the comments said, congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. Nobody told you, hey, you stupid as a goose. You know you can't afford $1,000 a month. Right, you struggling at it as it is. But Toyota was like, yo, don't worry, we'll get you a no money down. Yeah, and then in 6 months, you ain't got no car. You looking stupid, you got bad credit, you can't get financed anywhere. Then you go to a buy here, pay here lot and mad at the options. You gotta make better life choices. Toyota has the
largest independent used car dealer in the United States is on the brink of filing bankruptcy. I made a video the other day, so Tricolor Auto Group, who has 63 retail stores across 3 different states and 22 different markets, and has $5 billion of cars out on the road, has seized all operation. From what I've read in the reports that I've went through, about 90% of their employees are currently laid off with no exact return date. Tricolor has said that they will reevaluate on October 6th, which is weird because a couple of weeks ago they were in the talks of expansion. And so the most likely outcome is that October 6th will either start the process of filing bankruptcy or I guess there is a slim chance that they could still continue operations. When you put it into perspective, that this is the 7th largest used independent car dealership in the country, and they have $5 billion of cars out on the road and loans to be processed. That's huge, man. That's a big shift in the subprime market. Well, it happened. The 7th largest independent used car dealer in the United States is on the brink of filing bankruptcy. I made a video the other day. So Tricolor Auto Group, who has 63 retail stores across 3 different states and 22 different markets, and has $5 billion of cars out on the road, has seized all operation. From what I've read and the reports that I've went through,
not to mention the price to own these things have gone through the roof. I mean, my car insurance has doubled on my old truck. I mean, tires are more expensive. Gas is, you know what it is. And every time you turn around, when you go to a shop, it's more than you thought it was going to be. Most of these cars are just too expensive to own. And at what point will this market start to break? And I think we're seeing it. We're starting to see more and more people say, you know what, I'm not buying that car. The cost of those cars in the lot are too much, and I can't afford to own it. Pretty soon people can go from 2 cars to 1 car a household. And in the old days, you only had 1 car. You know, this is a relatively new thing. I mean, probably the last 30 years, everybody had 2, 3 cars. But the cost of everything is just outrageous.
I believe that the car market is completely fucked. Excuse my language. I've been selling cars for almost 10 years, trucks, not cars. And I have never, ever seen the automotive industry so bad. It doesn't matter if you're trying to sell a $5,000 BMW, they offer you $2,500. Or a 12-valve Cummins, they want it for what the motor's worth. They don't want to buy shit unless they can steal it, or if they really need it, they'll come buy a vehicle from you. This truck, when I bought it, the market was decent. It got here, and a dealer fucked me on the auction. It needed a transmission. The auction wouldn't make him make it good. So by the time I got the truck fixed and got it ready, the market has tanked. And everybody wanted me to just take a huge hit to sell this truck to them. I decided to keep this one. The black truck's the same way. Truck runs and drives perfect. It has a little bit of high miles on it. 2 years ago, that truck would have brought $27,900. I can't even get $15,000. Nobody wants to buy it. And to be honest, it's going to be another one I keep, not giving it away, not selling that truck for $10,000. That's ridiculous. That's 7-3 money. The classic car market has crashed. All of it's gone. And if a dealer's telling you different, they're lying, because they're on auction every day hoping people buy their inventory to get it off their lot. What's here doesn't really matter. This isn't a lot of money. I'm not buying nothing else until things change, because this shit's fucked. Good luck. Happy hunting. Y'all should be able to get some deals now.
So last night when my husband came home from work, our battery failed. The car shut off in the driveway. We were just like, what is going on? What is this about? But what I didn't tell the world is that we have been struggling to pay our car note, and we fell so far behind, wanted to repossess the car. We tried to modify the loan, do all that we can, because the bill is just incredibly high. And we were pretty much upside down on our loan. I've been praying, I've been asking God just for guidance and working with my therapist and all these things, and, you know, just detaching myself from trying to control the situation, because I'm like, if God doesn't want us to have this car anymore, then, you know, it hurts and it's going to be hard for our family because we only have 1 car. But if this is what he wants, I got to trust him in it. Left the car out all night, in our driveway. Nothing happened. We were like, we got to make some decisions on how we're going to proceed with this car situation. This morning, we had to Uber the kids to school in the rain. And, you know, we were like, well, maybe we'll just try to get a cheap battery while we still try to figure out what to do about this car. And honestly, in my spirit, I felt like God was just saying to let it go. Just let it go, and if you trust me, just let it go. But, you know, the flesh side of us is like, we have things that we have to get done. And so my husband, God bless him, and our neighbor went and found a battery for the car, got it up and running, a couple errands to run. And while we were on our last errand before getting our kids, the car got taken. We had to walk home. And I've been really calm. I've been really like, saying, God, I trust you. And I can only control what I can control. And I felt like he's asking me to let this go. But the timing of it was just so bizarre. Like, we just paid money to put a battery in it just to get to and fro, at least for the rest of the week, even if it was another 2 weeks until the kids get out of school, and our car got taken. I feel like my faith is really being put to the test. I say I trust God. He's like, trust me with this. I don't know how we're gonna get through this. I trust God. And I'm just putting this out there because the testimony from this is gonna be big. I don't know what God is gonna do. I know that he's gonna turn a sorrow into joy. I know that he's not gonna leave us hanging. I just want this to be a marker so that when he does what he says that he can and will do, that I can look back on this and it'll be a testimony.
I mean, not to mention half these vehicles, there's problems with them after, just a little while. I mean, GM, Dodge, personally, I wouldn't want any one of those because of the amount of recalls they got. I mean, I was looking at the Dodge lot the other day and people were saying were having problems with stuff. I mean, Chevrolet, GM. I will say this, my Tacoma has been like a rock, okay? And I'm going to steal that from Chevy because that Tacoma is a bad boy. But I'm even starting to see videos of people having problems with Tacomas and Toyotas, and it seems across the board. Jeep. I mean, new cars are not supposed to have problems. I think it's because they're put together from parts all over the world, and no two factories are going to make the same part the same way. You know what I mean? Comments down below. What do you think? Are these good cars, bad cars? What's your worst car? What's the car that you would never buy? Comment that down below. These are all just my opinions, though. Sorry here. Nah, it's because y'all want gold prices for old stuff. Yeah, they are way overpriced. I mean, many people will say when they go on the car market, I'm not paying $80,000 for a truck, $100,000 for a truck. I didn't even pay $60,000. I paid $60,000 for my house. Yeah, I had to do a lot of renovation on it, but I'm not paying more for a car than I did for my house. I mean, what have we gotten down to? That this is like normal now. They have normalized large car payments. They have normalized large insurance. Everybody's normalized $1,000 car payment. That is insane to me that that's okay.
Well, they repossessed my Jeep this morning. You could see where the brown marks were, where it was sat. So this is a firm reality check that I'm still going through it, but at the end of the day, I'm here, I'm alive, I'm breathing, I have my health. It's a bittersweet moment. I don't really have words right now besides it's a new chapter, and it's up to me to create this new chapter of my life.
I love having a paid off vehicle. And if you have a junker out there and it's paid for, keep it. When I was a young man, my dad bought me an old GMC truck when I was 16. You can go see it on the first videos of this channel. I kept it for many years. And you know what? I drove across country 4 times. From the time I was 15 to the time I was almost 30, I never had a car payment. And I saved all that money, $450 a month for all those years. And I was like, you know what? I can buy a lot of gas for no car payment.
I just watched a video of this lady talking about how this man said he turned in his car voluntarily because he could not keep up with his $1,100 car note. He was just over the payments. He couldn't do it. It was just getting to be too much. And I just got a question. Isn't voluntary repossession just as bad as you missing a couple of payments and they coming and picking it up themselves? I think that's why financing anything is just that dangerous. And the lady in the video was basically saying, like, why are we continuing to go and get things that we, one, cannot afford, and that we, two, a lot of times don't need? I wouldn't say all the time, because I do feel like it gets to a point to where it is very hard to maneuver without them. I did not say it's impossible to move without them, but it is very, if you have ever been without a car, or if you have ever had a car and then didn't have a car, Baby, I'm talking about I done seen times where my cash car put me down and it had to sit in a shop or it had to be worked on and I had to Uber or...
This is by far the worst I've seen the auction inventory in the last probably 3 years. Everything that is out there is 2023's and 2024's with 20, 30,000 miles. The stuff that is used is bringing silly money. Was looking at a 2019 Chevy Express cargo van, 80,000 miles. There is carpet in the back. Really nice van. MMR is 12.9. Here you go. KBB fair purchase price, 16,000. Now I figured it'd probably sell at like 18.9, 19.9. Viato had it somewhere around 18.7. I just see stuff like this and I just wonder, why do I even try? It sold for $18,000. Carfax retail, 18.6. From 10 years or older to under 130,000 miles, they all sell at retail. The stuff you can buy is stuff that's 2 years old with 20 and 30,000 miles. Those cost as much as a brand new one does, and we can't sell those because we're just never going to outcompete a franchise dealer. It's awful. It's the worst I've ever seen it.
And we don't know when the job market's going to crumble. I mean, as interest rates were holding firm, the job market was starting to crumble, and we were starting to see elevated job losses. I mean, can you imagine having 2 cars, a house payment, and you lose your job, and in 1 week, your whole world could start tumbling down? That's why I keep saying debt is not good. You don't ever know. You never know when your life's going to change, and you better have that emergency fund. If you ever have to let your car go and make a deal with the bank. Don't just let them come take it. Make a deal. Make a good deal. See whatever you can bargain out of it, and maybe you can not have to get hurt as bad as you thought it was going to hurt. And we need to stop normalizing these high car payments. If you're in a bind, don't go out and get a car payment, and don't think that's your way out to make more money. You got to keep the payments down. Let's make paid for cars and paid for mortgages and fully funded emergency funds the new hip, the new cool. Make that an Instagram picture, because you know what? The way things are going right now and the amount of debt that's outstanding that people can't pay for, some people are doing it wrong. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you're looking for real estate anywhere on the Gulf Coast of Florida or Alabama, I'd be happy to help you. My email's down below. And if you need an agent anywhere in the country, I can help you find one. Make sure you get a good one. See you guys later.